Hi, welcome to the Escondido podcast. We are standing on a massive crossroads in our city's history. On September 1st, our community will watch a vital mayoral debate. But this election isn't just about a debate between two candidates, it is a debate between two entirely different visions for how we should care for our community, manage our tax dollars, and solve the crisis of homelessness on our streets. Look at what is happening across North County right now. Look at the history of our local shelters. For years, organizations like Interfaith Community Service and the San Diego Rescue Mission have been on the front lines. But recently, we saw a massive multi-million dollar clash over who would run Oceanside Navigation Center. The rescue mission walked away because of the rigid ideological disagreements, and Interfaith had to step in to keep the doors open and expand beds. Why does this regional history matter to us in Escondido? Because it proves that addressing homelessness requires so much. It requires massive resources, regional cooperation, operational flexibility. It cannot be a one size fits all rigidness type of place. And right now, millions of dollars in federal and state resources are at stake. Under our leadership, right now, Dane White, Escondido has walked away from the table. By rejecting federal and state housing first guidelines, the city council has effectively isolated Escondido. They have made our city ineligible for millions of dollars in grant funding, money funded by your tax dollars that could be coming back to Escondido to build transitional housing, mental health resources, and real shelter beds. Instead, this current administration, Dane White, voted against nearly 100 units of affordable housing. They passed a public safety first policy that relies heavily on criminal sweeps and pushing vulnerable people into hiding. But we have to ask ourselves the hard question: whose safety are they actually protecting? If you move somebody down the road, they're still there. It's so bizarre. Shuffling people from one block to the next, clearing out encampments without giving people a stable place to go, doesn't make the unhoused population safe. It is nutty that this made sense to Dane. And it certainly doesn't make our neighborhoods, our parks, and our business districts safer in the long run. They have to go somewhere. It is an expensive game of musical chairs paid by the taxpayers, and it has done nothing to solve the root cause of the issue. This is why Eli Velasquez's vision is the practical, proven path forward for Escondido. Eli doesn't look at this crisis from behind a desk or through purely political lenses. He is on the ground every single day as a director at Brother Benno's Foundation. He understands the mechanics of local shelters. He knows what it actually takes to transition a human being from a state of crisis to a state of stability. Eli's platform aligns perfectly with the reality of how these nonprofit shelters operate. He supports a balanced, resource backed approach. First, Eli will restore compliance with state guidelines to unlock millions of dollars in state and federal funding that Escondido is currently leaving on the table. And we need those resources to expand low barrier, high result shelters like Interfaith rather than defunding them. The second, he will champion affordable and transitional housing so that when people are ready to leave the shelter, they actually have a roof over their head, preventing them from falling back onto the pavement. Finally, Eli believes in real public safety through proactive collaboration. By partnering with existing medical, mental health, and faith based nonprofits, we can build a network that treats the root cause of homelessness, addiction, poverty, and mental health issues rather than just criminalizing the symptoms. We cannot afford 4 more years of doing nothing while pretending a 12% drop in a 1 day count means the problem solved. We cannot afford to reject millions in funding. There's just no way that makes sense while our streets suffer. It's time for a leader who brings frontline and financial experience to the table and has true compassion for this city. It's time for Eli Velasquez. Thanks for showing up.